Good morning, class. I am here with my next class on software engineering subject with new topic, which is software process. First of all, I'm sharing the PDF of that particular topic. Software process. As I mentioned, software process is the common framework consists of the different type of framework activities, and these framework activities consist of its associated tasks, project, milestone, deliverable, and software quality assurance points which deal with the task related to the module or framework activity and its quality related to the requirement to the activity or task. Finally, it consists of umbrella activities which are shown here: software project writing and control, formal technical reviews, software quality assurance, software configuration management, documentation, reusability, measurement, risk management. These are the factors which we are include in software process. Software process is a common framework. As I mentioned, a simple task or in a simple figure, the process of a software, it includes a framework. A software development process, also known as software development life cycle, is a structural imposed on the development of software product. A software process is represented as a set of work phase that is applied to design and build a software product. There is no idea software process, and many organizations have developed their own approach to software development. Software development process should make a maximum use of the capabilities of the people in an organization and the specific characteristic of the system that are being developed. There are some fundamental activities that are common to all software process. First, software specification. In this activity, the functionality of the software and constraints on its operation must be defined. Software design and implementation, the software that meets the specification is produced. Software validation, the software must be validated to ensure that it has all the functionalities what the customer needs. Software evolution, the software must evolve to meet changing customer needs. Software process is defined as in the terms of models. Software life cycle models. A life cycle model describes the different activities that needs to be carried out to develop a software product, and the sequencing of the actions activities. According to IEEE, the software lifecycle is the period of time that start when a software product is conserved and ends when the product is no longer available for use. The software life cycle typically include a requirement phase, design phase, implementation phase, testing phase, installation phase, operation and maintenance phase. A software lifecycle model is further called software development lifecycle SDLC. The primary advantage of using a life cycle model for developing a software it is that it helps to produce good quality product, and that too without time and cost. Software process model is an abstract representation of software process. In this section, a number of general process models are introduced, and they are presented from an architectural viewpoint. These models can be used to explain different approach to software development. They can be considered as process framework that may be extended and adopted to create more specific software engineering process. In this, the following process model will be introduced. First one is waterfall model, evolutionary model, component based model. The software, or we can say a waterfall model. In this model of software process, the fundamental process activities of specification development, validation and evolution are presented as sequential process phase, such as requirements specification, software design, implementation, testing and so on. The classical waterfall model takes down the life cycle into different phases. Development phase, the phase is starting from feasibility study to integration and system testing phase is known as development phase. Feasibility study includes the requirement analysis and specification. After feasibility, the next step is requirement analysis, and as I showed in the figure, this is a feasibility study which we are going to design our product. Firstly, we decide is this product is feasible or not. First thing in the waterfall model, the study about feasibility, and after that the requirement analysis and specification. What are the requirements according to the feasibility study? The next phase is requirement analysis. According to the requirement, the design will be developed on the basis of the requirement analysis and specification documents. These are a third phase which are used on the second phase, requirement analysis and specification. Design is based on the requirement analysis and specification. After designing phase, the coder will be coding on the design of the particular product. This will be our next step of the software development. And code after coding, a system and integration testing are involved to develop a right product or functional product according to the requirement. And after that, the maintenance phase, which are very important to maintain the overall software and deploy the software on the particular user system. Maintenance phase, it concern after the development phase completion. This is to identify whether the project is technically or physically feasible. The There is main step of feasibility study are abstract problem definition, only the important requirement of customer or the dealer, formulation of different strategies to solve the problem, evolution of different solution strategies, examine process and cause and find the best solution. These are included in the feasibility study. After moving the requirement analysis and specification, this phase consists of two different activities that are requirement gathering and analysis and requirement specification. The main aim is to understand the exact requirement of customer and to document them properly. Requirement gathering and analysis. The goal of this phase is to collect and all relevant information regarding product from the customer with a view to clearly understand customers requirement. Once the requirement has been gathered, the analysis activity is taken out. Requirement specification. It's also in the requirement analysis phase. The customer requirement identify, serving requirement gathering and analysis are organized into a software requirement specification. The three most important contents of this document are functional requirement, non-functional requirement, goals of implementation. Functional requirement describe the function to be supported by the system. Non-functional requirement identify performance requirement standard to be followed. Design phase. Design phase, after getting the information about the user requirement, the design builds the designs that to solve the problem which is given by the user or client. With the existing technology available to the organization, designing can be traditional designing or object oriented design. In traditional designing, the designing builds the design in structural manner is known as workforce, while in object oriented designing, the designer divides the problem into small modules. These are known as object. After building these object modules, they integrate the software, build the complete solution. In designing phase, the designer builds various diagrams, for example, ER diagram, class diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram, use case diagram, and so on. After completing a design, the next phase will be started, the coding phase. Coding, or we can say the unit testing or implementation phase. The purpose of coding in unit testing phase of software development is to translate the software designing into source code. Here, each component of design phase is implemented as a program module. After coding is completed, each module is unit tested. Unit testing involves testing such module in isolation from other modules, then debugging remaining errors and documenting it. The main objective of testing the main objective of testing is to determine the correct working of the individual modules and integration and system testing. Integration of different module is done once they have been coded and unit tested. During each integration step, previously planned modules are added to the partially integrated, and the result system or resulted system is tested. Finally, after all the modules have been successfully integrated, test, tested system is carried out. System testing contain three different type of testing activities: alpha testing, beta testing, acceptance testing. Alpha testing, it is the system testing performed by the development team. Beta testing, it is the system testing performed by the friendly set of customer. And acceptance testing, it is performed by the customer after product delivery to determine whether to accept or reject the product. And maintenance in the waterfall model, the relative effort of a product development of a typical software product to its maintenance efforts is roughly in the ratio 40 and 60. As I mentioned here, requirement phase is 10% and design phase is 20%, and again coding phase is 10% and testing is a 40% and maintenance percent is 60%. These are the calculation of the effort in a software product development, and what are the percentage of a phases in a development of a product. Maintenance performs any one of the more of the following activities: corrective maintenance. This type of maintenance involves correct correcting errors that were not discovered during the development phase. Adaptive maintenance, it usually requires for porting the software to work in a new environment. Preventive maintenance, it is involves enhancing the functionalities of the system according to the customer's requirement and improving the implementation. What is the advantage of waterfall model? First, it is a linear model. Second, linear model are most simple to be implement. The amount of sequence to implement this model is very minimal. ultimately making it cheaper. Disadvantage of waterfall model: it labels no scope for error correction after a phase is completed. It does not scale up well to large projects. This model assumes that all phases are sequential, which is not the always case in real world. It assumes that all the requirements are designed correctly at the beginning, which is not possible. Waterfall model was the first software process model to be introduced. It is also referred to as linear sequential life cycle model. The principal stage of the model represents the fundamental development activities. The definition software requirement specification establish the basic for agreement between customers and constructors or supplier on what the software product is to do. Software requirement specification permits a assessment of requirements before designing can be. It should also provide basis for estimating product cost, risk, and schedules. System and software design. Design activity results in the overall software architecture. Software design involves identifying and describe the fundamental software system components and their relationship. The system design process par- partitions the requirement to their hardware or software component. Implementation and unit testing. During this phase, the software design is released as a set of software component. Components are tested, ensuring each component meets its specification. Integration and system testing. The program unit or components are integrated and tested as a complete system to ensure that the software requirements have been met. After successful testing, the software system is delivered to the customer. Operation and maintenance. The system is delivered and deployed and put into practical use. Maintenance involves correcting errors which were not discovered in earlier stage of the life cycle, improving the implementation of system unit and providing new functionalities as new requirement merge. In principle, the result of each phase is one or more documents. The following phase shall not start until the previous phase has finished. In practical, these stages overlap and feed information to each other. During design, problems with requirements are identified. During coding design, problems are found, and so on. The software process is not a simple linear model but involves a sequence of iterations of the development activities. Because of the cost of product producing and providing documents, iterations are costly and involve significant rework. Therefore, the waterfall model should only be used When the requirements are well understood and unlikely to change significantly during system development, the software, the waterfall model, in practice, these stages during design, problems with requirements are identified, coding, design problems are found. The software process is not a simple model but involve iterations of the development activities, proving documents or providing document. Iterations are involve significant rework. The requirements are well understood during system development. The waterfall model has 5 steps as I mentioned in the figure. This figure show this figure shows what what are the steps involved in a waterfall model. From the very first, feasibility study, requirement analysis, design, coding, system and integration testing, and maintenance. And these arrows show a flow of water. This diagram is showing this particular picture show the water flow from the high to low. It's the step is defined like a flow of water. So this waterfall model is known as waterfall model, and the by the activities which are involved in this model, it will be show like a flow of water, because each after completing of each step, the next step will be started. And this model is totally depend upon the previous step. According to the previous step, so each and every step is depend upon its previous stage. So all the work in the previous stage is completed in this model, and this next step is according to the previous step is designed. So the previous stage is complete according to the requirement, according to the feasibility study, according to the documentation part. Overall is completed on their phase. It means if I'm telling about the feasibility study, if the product is feasible, then the move the next step. According to the feasibility, the requirement are gathering from the different resource. And after getting the requirement, if all the requirement and all the things are carried out, then the design phase be completed. Then after that, the design phase be going to design a new product according to the requirement. And designing will completed all requirement and all functions, because after completing of design phase, the developer or coder will code according to the design and diagram which are used within the design phase. According to the diagrams, the coder will code all the required functions in the system or in the software product. And each previous step is totally completed before the next step. And if the coding part is done, the coding will be when will be completed, it will be go to the next step. Here the next step is check whether the codes are according to the requirement, according to the function, work or not. Then the coding, then the testing phase started on the previous phase of coding. And coding will be tested on the functional, system, integration, alpha testing, beta testing. So many testing apply on the coding phase. on the coding. These testing is applied after the completing of code. When the testing is completed, each and every step that moves to the maintenance phase. And maintenance phase is very important because the maintenance is the 60% of the overall software or product development. If I am talking about 10% is on feasibility, 20% is design, again 10% on coding, and 30% or 40% is testing, then 60% is maintenance. And maintenance phase is very important in the development of a software product. Now moving to the next model in the next class. Thank you.